You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. So it would come as no surprise that sometimes a guy that does what I do, my mouth works really, really well. It's kind of continuous and fast. My ears work really well too, although I don't always use them exactly the way I ought to. You too? Oh my gosh.
I need a boost. I need a daily boost. I need a boost. I need a daily boost.
I love my little bouncy logo there. Oh, you didn't see the logo. That's probably because you're listening to the audio over there on Apple and Spotify and iHeart and all these other places that we do this. But we're recording the program today on YouTube as well. Just getting started on that. Love to have you. It's a behind the scenes. It's a recording of the recording. And what you don't know is we've already messed up like 3 times and I didn't edit it out. So they got the show. They got the bloopers. They got everything. You didn't get it. And plus, they get all 5 days in one shot before you get them. So just search out Daily Boost Podcast on YouTube and you'll find me there. And do me a favor. Go back about 12 years and look at the the beginning of Scott. Yeah, that's the best way I'm going to say it. That's pre-hair color. This is post-hair color that you're seeing now. So I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, my mouth works really well. That's a compliment to me. I mean, I've got the gift of gab and told that before. I use it, I think, for good, not evil, although it has been used for evil before. I will tell you that. I'll admit that. But when I was growing up, man, that little gift of gab, that mouth running, I was a very energetic kid. I was very enthusiastic, very excitable. I just had a friend of mine, a client of mine, he just sent me a note. He said, dude, you act like a 25-year-old. I said, thank you very much. I don't plan on changing. I've never changed. I will get to my funeral someday and say, what happened? It's odd. It's really weird. But I've learned some lessons along the way, even though throughout my life, I've challenged almost everything. I mean it, everything. You too. And usually with my mouth, by the way. My mouth talks me into lots of problems, but I've also learned to get myself out of a lot of problems with it. And I've learned that maybe I shouldn't talk myself into those problems. But a lot of people that were responsible for making me a good person taught me some valuable lessons. And I began to listen many, many, many years ago because I understood that I had this thing. I could just communicate like this. Listen twice as much as you speak. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. That was probably said by some fancy person, probably could chat GPT and figure out who said that, right? But nonetheless, it resonated with me. So I've really worked that hard over the years. When I got into coaching and helping people, I really very much became a very good listener and I keep a mouth shut and then I would do my thing. And in the past couple of years, I read the Bible, started hanging around with, going to church and hanging around with some really good people there. And guess what I learned? It was crazy. I know. There's actually stuff in the Bible about listening more. I kind of live in fool's territory sometimes, don't I? If I don't listen, I don't want to be a fool. So there's stuff. It's a good book. I really, there's stuff in there. You know something I learned? Come here real close, okay? Sometimes people talk about stuff, personal development stuff. Stuff is like, just this stuff. I know where they got it. I do. Maybe they don't even know where they got it, but I know where they got it. Anyway, let's move on. So you probably heard listen twice as much as you speak. You have two ears and you have one mouth for a reason. In today's fast-paced world that we live in, I think knowing when to zipper your lips, I think is pretty critical. But I've also learned to take that advice to a whole nother level. And here's how I did it, by the way. It's a concept I call going dark. Now, when I say go dark, I'm saying go dark and choose to listen to others less and listen to yourself more. Now, don't get me wrong here. I want you paying attention to everybody else. But what I'm finding is in many cases that people that I'm talking to that want to kind of make their lives better have not taken the time to listen to what they're saying. So they're kind of fighting. They're fighting. And they're listening to everybody else for what they're going to say. And then they're talking too much and the whole thing. When you go inside yourself and say, no, I'm going to shut my mouth. I'm going to listen to the world. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to interact with those people around me. I'm going to be caring. I'm going to listen, but I'm going to listen to me too. In fact, I might listen to me twice as much as I listen to somebody else. That's hard to do sometimes. People that do what I do for a living, there's something we do really well, I think. We listen to ourselves, we think, and we ponder, and we keep our mouth shuts. And then we go out, we work with other people, and we listen to what they're saying. And because we know who we are and how we think and where we stand on things, it's easy to help them. That's why I say to do this. And it's hard because we have Google, we have Zoom, we have text, we have AI. Raise your hand if you've been up at 4 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, AI, let me run something past you, buddy. Yeah, we've all done it in some way. Some have done it really in scary ways. I brainstorm a lot with it. But to see, it's taken it outside of me. You'll hear me say, I use my Scott logic all the time. And something else I'll say from time to time is, what would Scott do? What that means is an accumulation of wisdom over the years has allowed me to say, okay, wait a second, let me listen to myself with all the noise going around me and see what I think I should be doing. It's like we've lost permission to listen to ourselves and to do for ourselves. It's like we can't move forward without social approval of those around us. And what happens is, we kind of halfway listen, then we run our mouth a bunch and it doesn't work. But something extraordinary happens when you give yourself the space to listen to yourself more, twice as much. Take the time to think.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Hi, this is Zoe Deutsch.
And Nick Robinson. Our brand new movie, Voicemails for Isabel, is all about those little moments that feel like the universe is looking out.
Feeling homesick, then your sister calls.
Hearing that perfect song exactly when you need it. Sometimes life rigs things in our favor, like learning about your new favorite rom-com, Voicemails for Isabel. Now playing only on Netflix.
And you'll learn, again, back to what I do for a living. I think most of the time that I'm alive, I'm trying to decide to do something. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking things through. I'm listening to what my heart is saying. And I'm trying to find the path. And sometimes that goes on for years to do that. And eventually I go, okay, got it. So your mind and your talents just kind of flourish. Your positive energy kind of rebounds. If you're feeling down a little bit, it's probably because you're not listening to what your heart's telling you to do. You haven't stopped to listen. You feel more present. You find more meaning in your life. Going dark means life is brighter. It means good stuff is about to happen. So you got to get this right. You got to listen to me when I say this. I'm not telling you just, hey, to push everybody else and don't listen to anybody else. I'm not saying that. I'm saying shut your mouth a little bit. Pay attention to the world around you, but take the time to listen twice as much to yourself as anybody else and come to what you believe. When I started years ago in radio, I was young. I was 18. And then in this business, I determined something very early on. And it was that if I didn't absolutely knew where I stood, if I didn't know what my values were and what was really important to me, I had no business talking to anybody else. Only way to get there was to learn first and then to kind of audit what I learned, to listen to myself all the time. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, that's where you can find me. I do a lot of coaching. I run group cohorts. I run masterminds. I do all kinds of cool stuff. A lot of advisory work for companies. If you have any interest, if I resonate with you at all, the easiest way to find out is we can resonate together. send an email to scott@motivationtomove.com. I'll give you some more formal stuff later on, but you can start with that. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.